All right, all praise to the Most High Yahweh, and to His Son, my brother, Amashiach Yahushai. Peace and blessings to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. All right, in this video, we're going to look at famous people, Mtdna haplogroups. So, for people that have been watching this channel, Operation Gadite, I've been doing DNA information for the paternal groups, dealing with the Y-DNA, and now it's time for me to move into the information dealing with the mtDNA. So I did this before with the Y-DNA, and some of the same people are on this group listing. And this is AUpedia. AUpedia is uh, a big forum of different um, genetic information, different historical information. So I just randomly in the past came over this channel when I Googled it, and I was like, okay, this is like decent information. And I used it for like a foundation, and then I built upon that foundation and information, and it led to other points of things that I needed to research and so on. So here we are with the mtDNA information of DNA. And real quick, the DNA dealing with Hebrew Israelite women will be L2, and the DNA information dealing with Edomite women will be L3, as well as um, L6, a later grouping of Edomite women. So, with that being the understanding and the basis of knowing who's what and where, um, or knowing who is who instead of knowing who and where, let's get into this information. So you have Eva, Mongolia, and her information is a A2, and this is common amongst Hispanic women in European women and or Hispanic women. This is that a part of that grouping. So these women would not be at all Israelite women. This is a newer grouping of women, one of the many new groupings of women. And then also on this chart, like I said before, when it comes to DNA information, so the guys, we could easily do both groupings of DNA information because we are carrying both informations. The women, they could only do one side of their DNA information. The other side would have to come from their father or their father brother, which is their uncle, and or their sibling brothers. So as you can see, Elvis is a B, and this is common. Like I said before, a lot of these like A B C D, um, A B C D X is the grouping of people that are dealing with Native American groupings of people, and all these groupings are not the same, but a few of them are just similar later groupings of other groups. But D would be your only Shemitic grouping of Native Americans that wouldn't be a new formed group. They would be one of the oldest groups, and they would be um, dealing with Aboriginal groupings of people from Australia and Japan and even China. So, B would be Elvis Mtdna. As you can see, this guy, and I couldn't remember what he had. I think this guy right here was a O. So he's perfectly in line with this people grouping O and C. He's a OYDNA. So then we have the H's. So the H's is one of those groupings of people that was heavily involved with E1B1B grouping of men because a lot of E1B um, men have H, and H is also connected to V. So, like we see with Napoleon, Dr. Oz, Bernie Sanders, Susan Sarandon, Famous Ice, Queen Noor of Jordan. And then we have the J's. And the interesting thing about the J's is these are the same similar grouping of mtDNA that is literally in the similar region of their Y-DNA in the Middle East or Levant region. But these are not Israelite people. These are not Ishmaelite people. These are not Canaanite people. These are just the different groupings of Japhetic people. Then you have K, and I'm just being conservative with my comments because some of this stuff, like unlike the YDNA, when you go um, into the collection of groups of people that are dealing with Japhet, um, is an easier understanding of that information. When you get to this mtDNA, it's more like uh, you have to exactly pair the the branches together so people can understand exactly what is going on with Japhet and the other groupings of heathens. So, um, because again, even though this is the mtDNA portion, they are still trying to put uh, the groupings of Jewish people together, and they are also still trying to put two different groups of white people into history. So this is their problem with both sides of DNA. So Now we are in the L part. The only problem that I have with this is they don't disclose what DNA group uh, Condoleezza Rice is a part of. So we have Mandela, and this is I think in another site they disclose his mtDNA, and remember, like I said, we want our people to be E1B1A and L2, and he's I believe he's a grouping of Joseph on the Y-DNA side, and then on this side he's a Hermetic. So so this is a common thing because like we are scattered and we tend to have um, these issues. But yeah, we have the information of who exactly are people. We just can't go by the Y-DNA. It has to be both sides dealing with um, a compatible DNA concept of being our people, not, you know, the man DNA is gonna be the be all that tell all, and we're gonna consistently or constantly um, mix and get with heathen women. We just can't promote that, and we just can't have that, you know. So they don't disclose Rice information. Maybe I'll look that up. Um, this guy, he has a L3. L3 would be dealing with um, the Edomite mtDNA. Um, we don't know this guy. Y-DNA. Yeah, I don't recall seeing his Y-DNA on the other portion of this information. So moving on to M. M would be dealing with Elam, if I'm um, if I'm if I could be guessing. Hopefully I'm right, but M would be dealing with Elam, and then they have this interesting uh, bit of information, and that's why I go. DNA information is very interesting with figuring out where people travel and how they begun in a region and then ended in another region. And this is a perfect example. So yeah, I don't um, subscribe to M being Edom. Uh, it would be Elam, and I'm just going by notes and information that I wrote a while back. I don't have nothing in front of me but this site, and this is really the first time me looking over this. And um, we have Princess Diana, and she's a part of this massive group of R. When you get into this group of mtDNA on the other side, and it comes to this R group, R30B, is a massive grouping, and we see the same thing in the Y-DNA when it comes to Japhetic stock. They have R1s, and then they have the R2s. So um, is very similar, with the breaking down of this information. But this is on the other side. And then you have the famous T groups. Yeah, I can't remember my notes on this, but I think T is a part of, and it's an interesting thing. It's a branching of J, I believe. So this group would be paired up with J. It would be like JT, similar to HV, how they have HV connected. So so T is dealing with interesting groupings of people. Let me scroll back up. Then we go to V. Yeah, Benjamin Franklin and Bono. Then we have Martha Stewart as W. Notice how they disclose her information. Uh, and then Lincoln X, and I'm not surprised or shocked because he's native, and like I said, A, B, C, D, and X is a part of that grouping of people. So uh, that was all for that, and my thoughts are. I thought there was gonna be a little bit more information, like Hitler. I thought Hitler was gonna be on here too. I probably passed him up, but he would be in the H group along with Napoleon in this grouping. But I think they just wanted to minimize this group because I think he was HV. So, and I thought they was gonna have more women, more famous women on here. But yeah, this is a combination of guys because guys carry XY and they could, easily find out both haplogroup information, and then the women is dealing with just their mitochondrial DNA information. So that they carry the X, and the X the guy carry the XY or YX. All right. With that being all to say, I want to say once again, all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, and to His Son, my brother, Amashiach Yahushai. Peace and blessings once again to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. And like always, thank you for the views. Thank you for the comments. and I'll get to the comments as soon as possible. Just be patient with me, and thank y'all once again. Peace.